Hey there, good evening. Adam here with another update on my SEO journey with our law firm website, mountainverdict.com, which is our law firm, Melrose Law. So it is now August the 1st. So this is for July. Let's just go ahead and dive right into it. And I'll show you the statistics and then talk a little bit about where we're at and where we're going. So we had 424 users this month, 600 sessions. That is a 27.7% climb in users and a 34% climb in sessions compared to last month. Now, there's two different ways to look at it, looking at just month over month, and then also what I think is probably more interesting, or at least more indicative of true change, is looking at it compared to the same month last year. So if we look at the same month last year, we had uh, 336 users and 389 sessions. So it went from 336 to 424. So very significant climb and a lot more sessions. So I'm very happy with the overall growth in the traffic of the website, trending obviously in the correct direction. I mean, if we just look at it for like the last, I don't know, 90 days, ignore the last one. Obviously, that doesn't actually count. You can see that we're seeing a pretty decent incline with a small dip down here towards the beginning of July. But I actually think this is just because it's not updated for that week yet. So let me now dive into a little bit more of just the actual pages that are being viewed. So the primary page is so I don't know why the views are different. It's session versus views. I really don't know why the analytics has different numbers for this. It's the same number. So you'll notice that. Oh well, it's the same number of users. So it's still 424 users, but for whatever reason, the total number of views is different. But let's just set that aside. You'll see under this one at least, it's given us sort of a nice round number, about 1,000 views. So 40% of our total views is to our homepage. You'll then see, which this is page, which is good because this has got our case evaluation, send us your information. It's got our phone number. Homepage is actually the best page to get to on our website. That or the contact page. Either way, I'm happy. So that's our most viewed, and then you'll see the Mark's page. He's been there for the longest. He gets the second most views, and then the contact page, which, like I said, that's the second most important page on our website, is getting the third most views. So then it's pretty interesting. The people pages, so the two different lawyers get the most total views, but our team page, which is just this page right here with everybody's faces on it, this gets a lot of views. It really does go to show how important it is to have good pictures and have biographical information. People are navigating this page and then they're clicking on the bios of whoever they're talking to, and you can tell. Like if I have multiple consults the same day, I can see the traffic for my particular bio page spikes. So I personally think it's very important to have a good bio page, especially for a trust-based industry like the legal world. So after those pages, we got the thank you page, which is also tied into our contact page, and then we also have our two of our biggest primary practice areas: medical malpractice and personal injury, are in the top 10. If you go down to the next 10, you'll see the paralegals are starting to pop up, and then more practice areas, which is like personal injury, civil rights, more legal malpractice, estate litigation, and then finally some of the newer sort of question oriented blog posts like this uninsured, underinsured coverage and can I sue my spouse. These are two of the older ones. They are getting 16 and 12 views respectively in the last month. That's pretty good views. Again, the way that personal injury works is if I get a single really good, lucrative, uh, spousal, whatever, what do you want to call it, spousal accident case, we may make a fee of $20,000, $30,000 off a single case. So if we get one of those a year, this page has paid for itself 100 times over. You'll then see legal assistance. So we've now gone through all the staff, and then we get into some of our Other practice areas like truck accidents, car accidents, getting some views, obviously not as much as the big ones. And then finally, some of our newer pages are starting to pop up here in the top 30. This How long does an insurance adjuster have to respond is a newer post. What is a contingency fee is actually a video. It's a video embedded into a blog post, which is sort of neat. So getting some views on that, and then you'll see that we have other sort of smaller practice areas and locations, which are getting just a couple searches a month. And I don't know what this is. I assume it's just some sort of weird search ID. I But that about covers it. And then just a couple pages of just a single one each, like a dog bite and hit and run and stuff like that. So that is the pages that are getting traffic. And actually, one thing I forgot to pull up, so I'm going to pause the video real quick. I think I can just navigate directly there. We just go straight to it. I don't want to cut and paste the video. I'm too lazy. So this is the Google heat map, which I know we've discussed in the past. This is so if people are actually in the location of where one of these little squares are, and they type in the search term that's shown up here, how close to the top of that basically search results on the Google map do you show up? Green is good, red's bad. Pretty simple. So if you're not top 5, you are almost certainly not going to get the click from somebody searching you on Google Maps. So Asheville is our biggest city or town, whatever you want to call it. It's probably qualifies as a city now. It's the biggest city near us, and we have a satellite office there. So I'm sort of gauging our overall Google Maps results based on this city. It Going just by historical data is sort of fun. So, like for example, when I first started working on the website and first logged it in May of 21, our average ranking in the Asheville area was 7.6. You'll now see it's down to 5.4 for truck accidents, which is a very, very important keyword to rank for in the personal injury space. For personal injury lawyers, we've gone from 8.9 to 8.6, not as big. Pedestrian, I want to say that one's about the same. Yeah, 5.7 down to about 5, small increase. Estate litigation, I'm still not ranking for, not sure why. Car accident, we've, I believe, increased a little bit, 11.3 down to 8.8. Medical malpractice, we've just always been one of the, it's just what we rank best for. So 2.8. We're number 1 in our office is right here, right in the middle. So that is we're number 1 in this one and have been for forever. Hit and run, we're just now starting to get some rankings on this. So we were 20 plus when I started, and now we are actually like 4 and 5 down where our office is. So we're actually going to start getting some traffic for that. Hit and runs are good cases, obviously a little easier to prove. Uber accident attorney, also one that I've been pretty focused on. When I started working on the website, we were not ranking anywhere. We are now 4th and 5th and 6th down in our neck of the woods, and 8.1 overall, which means we're actually going to get some traffic from this. Wrongful death attorney is one that, and I'll show you what I'm working on. This is one I'm focused on right now because we are still not getting any rankings for it. And then I think I misspelled drunk, ATTOR. No, okay. So drunk driving attorney, when we started, no rankings, and I'm just now starting to break out of those no rankings. Drunk driving attorney, not exactly what I'm looking for, but it because I'm not doing criminal, but we want to show up for drunk driving accident attorney. So I'm just using that sort of as a corollary to it. So that is the Google Maps local SEO of huge importance. This is a good way to see sort of where we're at on some of this. Obviously the other way is just to type in like Asheville truck accident attorney, which we're right outside the top 10, and maybe I'll start showing those keywords at some point. But we'll get to that another time. Let me show you where we're at as far as number of pages. So at the beginning of July, 214 pages indexed, 223 indexed at the end of the month. I didn't actually add any new pages, so these are just some stragglers that finally got indexed. I added 5 new pages yesterday, but those obviously have not indexed yet. So no new pages in the last month, but the stuff I've been working on for the past 4 or 5 months is trickling in, and starting to get rankings and starting to push us across the board for the topical authority. What I am working on are, specifically, I'm going to put up about 20 new posts about wrongful death cases. I really want to get ranking for wrongful death. I don't know why we have no rankings, so I'm just going to absolutely shovel content at it and see if I can get on the map for this, because there's just no reason not to be ranked on it. I mean, it's the same kind of work, but we're not getting any traffic for wrongful death, which we should be. So that is where we are at right now. I hope this has been interesting for you. I know it's fun for me to track. I like to go back and watch them later to see where we're at, and see what I was thinking about in the last month. Overall, I'm obviously very happy with the progress. I mean, we're up 20 something percent month over month, and we're up, what is it, 30 something percent year over year, or whatever, July 22 versus 23. So cannot complain about current results. Hopefully it'll just keep going. Like I said, I took about a month off from content, and I'm going to start pushing some more content now. All right, I'll see you guys in a month. Thanks. Bye.